All right, well, start with the positives. Didn't turn the ball over against a really, really good defense. I thought our guys fought incredibly hard, played incredibly tough. This is a really good football team that played pretty close to flawless tonight on the other side. And we were going to have some things go our way, and unfortunately they didn't. Um, but there's a lot of really good things that came out of it, but it gets overshadowed by the score. But I'm really proud of our guys, how hard they fought, scratch, clawed. There's no moral victories. I don't believe in any of that. But I do look at the positives and look for the positives in everything that we do. That's my job first and foremost, because I got a football team to coach. They're hurt and they're disappointed because every single person went into this game thinking we can win the game. That's why I love coaching that team. And I wouldn't want it any other way. I think one of the best examples of that is the final 2 minutes. I go in the huddle and I said, I want to see our how, I want to see our culture on display, because they've done it all game, and they get a minus 3-yard play. Just no matter who is in the game. So we just didn't play well enough to have a chance to win this game. We got one takeaway, which was great. We did not turn the ball over, but we just didn't execute at a high enough level. Now, on the other side, I'm not taking away from anything they did. That they played almost flawlessly. That quarterback is unbelievable. The throws he made tonight, tremendous throws. Those are Heisman-like throws. He can run, he can throw. They made some unbelievable catches. You got to give them credit. They made plays when they needed to, especially on third down. We'd be there to contest it, and they'd catch it. And they just played really, really well. And I'm sure Coach Lanny's probably going to say, well, we didn't play this, we didn't do that, and rightfully so. Every coach looks at what they don't do well, but that was one of the most complete games I watched them play, and we had to make them earn it, and they definitely did. And that's what a top 6 team in the country does. At this point of the year, you want them to play at that type of level, and they did. So we didn't make it any easier on ourselves with a few things. We knew we were going to have to tackle these guys really low. I don't think we did a very good job of that tonight on defense, but just didn't play well enough to win. When you go on the road, play a top 10 or top 6 team, playoff type team, that's really well coached. That has athletes everywhere. Every single one of those guys can run. They can fly. Every position, they're big, they're strong. They're a very, very complete team in every sense of the word. So, Coach Lanny should be really proud of his football team, because they played really well tonight. And we just didn't play well enough to be in the game consistently enough and long enough. So I love our team. I love our players. I love how hard they fight, scratch, and claw, and how tough they are. Just didn't do enough to win. So you got to give Oregon a lot of credit. Really tough place to play. Really amazing environment. But again, we didn't play well enough to win. So we'll open up for questions. Well, you got to give them credit too, Andy. They design a bunch of things that put you in space. They do that to everybody. They do it to everybody. They gap you out. You make one guy miss in that gap, and you don't take a good angle, or you. At times your X isn't as good as that O, and he makes it miss. There's a lot of space, and you've got to be. Your eyes have to be in in the right spots, and they do so many misdirection things and so many different, and make you look at different people and pulling different people, and our eyes have to be really, really disciplined to give us an opportunity. And you got to give them credit. They hit the hole really hard. They're explosive. They got great athletes, and if you look up and you don't get them on the ground, they're going to gain a lot of yards. So it's the best way I can describe it to you. It's not like our guys were, it's not out of position, but if the 3 technique gets reached and turned, and that's his gap, and you're out of a gap, and he's fighting, scratching, clawing to get back in his gap, but he gets reached, it's going to be a huge hole. And that's why I said you have to also give them credit. There's times you get beat. We got beat. We get beat. We didn't beat ourselves with all these things. We got beat. And you do everything you possibly can. You can't say, hey, we're going to put just 2 guys on that guy. We're going to double team that guy. That's like fan words. It doesn't make sense. You got to gap them out, and they got athletes everywhere, and make it really, really difficult for you, Andy. And we had some success doing it, and at times weren't very good at it. We just couldn't get them off the field. I don't think they punted till the 4th quarter, to the very end. So, I think that tells you everything there is to know. It's not like every time we were playing defense, we were out of position. We weren't. We just didn't make a play here and there. And you got to give them credit, too, because at times they got us out of position. by taking us out of position.
BJ, you're down 21-3. You get it down inside the 10 and couldn't punch it in. That kind of turning point there for you, not getting that touchdown there.
I don't know what turning point that was. 21-3. I don't think that's a turning point in the game. We kick a field goal, it's 21-6, and we're within 2 possessions. I don't think that's a turning point at all. I think that was, we got the ball down inside there, had a really good drive, kicked a field goal, down 2 possessions, needed a stop, came open the second half, went all the way down the field for 15 plays, got a touchdown. I'm not going to talk about that. It's within the game. They have a job to do. I have a job to do. But, I have a ton of respect for guys that do their job like that, referees. But I coach in the game, guys. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I coach. I fight for my team. I fight for our players. And what do you want me to do? Stand there? I don't get paid to watch. I get paid to coach. So, and I get paid to fight for my team. And I love fighting for my team. So I'm going to keep fighting for my team because I believe one thing, and I'm going to make sure that's heard. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's the game of football. NFL, college, high school, and I'm passionate about our team. I'm passionate about how the game goes, and I've played and coached this game a long time. So not just doing it to do it. 0-1. We got to get better in every aspect of our game. Get better. They're a really good football team, Andy. I'm not insulting your intelligence, Andy. They're a really good football team. I'd love to sit there and say we had some magic pixie dust that was going to make us just be way better. I mean, they executed at an incredibly high level today. That's what a playoff contending team does. Like I told you before, they've got every resource known to man, but they also coach really, really hard. And they're really good coaches. And when you combine that really good athlete with the really good coaching and that environment and that type of talent, that's what you see. And I'm not, your question is very valid. And I wish I had every answer for you. I got to watch the film, but I'd love to be able to close the gap. Played Ohio State on the road. Yeah, we got beat. We got beat pretty good. Played these guys on the road, got beat pretty good. Iowa, lost to these guys and dropped 1 spot. I think that shows how good Iowa is this year. Whether they're our rival or not, they're really good. So, I mean, we got a really good football team too. But we're playing a lot of guys at times that really need this experience. And I have no problem with the investment piece of that. And, I don't mean just to move on to your question. We spend a lot of time together. It's just, I wish I had all the answers right now before watching the film. But I'll have more information for you next week. But it's about getting better. That's all it is. From tackling to execution to the pitch and catch piece, all of it. I love the game plan. I love the game plan, offense, defense, and special. I loved it. I mean, we had 2 weeks to prepare for it. I loved it. Got them out in space, showed them a lot of different stuff. Now, executing is another thing. I guess a really good defense. And I thought we were able to do that at times, and sometimes we weren't able to do it. But I really liked our game plan going in and the thought process going in. Thought they executed really well on their first opening drive. We're down 7-0 just like that. I mean, we just got to we got to start faster, and it's not because somebody's not trying to start faster. There's reasons for that are within the fundamentals and techniques of the game, and we've got to get a lot of our players to be better at those things. But I keep telling and going back, they're a really good football team, and I can't take credit away from that. I would love to sit there and just say have all these reasons why. I mean, they're really, really good, and they've done that to pretty much everybody. But again, we'll respond from it. I got to go back and watch the film, Randy, but I thought he's getting better with every time he goes out and plays. And it might not be leaps and bounds better where he's 24 or 25 for 350 yards against this defense. But every time he plays, he just keeps getting better. He showed a ton of poise, made some great throws today, made some great decisions. And then there were some times he didn't. Like the intentional grounding piece, he's going to learn from that. And it's not like he didn't make a bad decision. He's going to get sacked. He threw the ball away. Just got to throw with a little bit more arc. You know the escape. You know where the end of the route's going to be. If you're going to throw it out of bounds, throw it a little bit higher. Let Mickey come into play, right? At least he's around it closer. There's so many things he's going to keep learning. That's why you invest in a freshman, because you know that every time he goes out there, he's just going to get a little bit better, and it's not going to be he's just going to get better and it's going to show in a positive way. Even the things that he doesn't do well, he's got to go through that. You can't skip steps. But their quarterback played lights out. But I definitely thought there was some really, really good that Drake showed, and a lot of positives that we'll be able to take from the game, but also some things we got to learn from pretty quick. Yeah, he's one of our best players. He's been missing half the year, more than half the year, right? We're a different offense when we have him in the game because he's so dynamic. He can do a lot of different things. I thought he ran the ball really hard, played behind his pads today. I thought he really got some hard yards when he ran it. We get a holding call, Jamison Gears early. I mean, that was unfortunate. Those things are going to happen. Those are hustle plays. I'm okay with that. But, even in the pass game, getting him back consistently is really going to help our offense as we keep moving forward. But again, we played some really good defenses. And they're really good defenses for a reason, because people aren't putting up 500 yards of offense against them. That's why they're a really good defense. So, again, I got to give them credit. They take you out of a lot of different things, and they got really good players. Yeah, the message to the team was we're going to respond from this. We're a really good football team, played really, really good football teams. We're going to learn everything we possibly can and respond this coming week in practice. That's what I'm really proud of this team. I mean, they fight. They fight. They're fun to coach because they fight. All the way to the end, they fight. We got guys not wanting to come out in the game in the final 6 minutes, like not wanting to come out of the game. There's teams that have a problem that people want to come out of the game. Right? Our guys don't want to come out of the game. I'm taking them out of the game based on my decisions, but they don't want to come out of the game. But the message was, row on, man, or back in the water and let's go. A lot to learn from, and I know they'll respond to it. Appreciate everybody making the trip. Row the boat, Sky Go Gophers. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Thank you.